It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been out here, eh, guys? Back when I used to put the cartoon stuff on, because yeah, but they allow me to do my recording things. It's cool. Just don't show any logos. Alright, guys. I've had many ego deaths in my life, but this one has been, I won't say the most profound, but it's the most impactful for, obviously, because it's the most recent ones. Like, before I was like, oh yeah, this is what's going to happen in my future, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm, and then when it didn't happen, and then people would pray for me and say God had other plans or other things like that, and I used to believe, like, if it was meant to be, it would happen. And then, like, all the prophecies I said came true. But now looking back, like, a lot of the prophecies was given to me have come true too. And the ones that I said about myself, it just happens and you don't even know it, because it was prophesied such a long time ago. Like, every 1% of the world are sent from God to be leaders in this world. So here in Wellington region, 500,000 people, well, 5,000. That's what I used to say. That's what I would have said. And I said, there's 5,000 of them. I'm one of the 5,000. There's 4,999 others in this region. I wonder where they are. And then I would, like, meet people in positions of power, and why were they set apart for that cause? Or is this, like, prophets and, like, people that used to predict things that happened? Because I used to lay hands on these different skills and stuff like that, It says that in the Bible too. They say, like, you should tread upon snakes and not be bitten. You should drink poison and not grow sick, all that type of thing. Because I used to lay my hands on, because I've seen some blind people, like physically blind people, gain sight when I prayed for them. And, like, people who had injuries, like maybe they're on crutches, pray for them, they got healed. I mean, a number of times there are, like, people who had the flu, and I prayed for them, and no medication, but usually medication takes a while, but they just felt it go away in like half an hour, or something like that. And what the hell? Well, not what the hell, but, like, I was like, maybe they're healed. Yeah, I'm healed. And then, like, a couple of days later, it still hasn't come back, and then it doesn't come back because they got healed. All that type of stuff. And I predicted things. Sometimes you make prophecies and you think it's going to come about in a certain way, but then, like, and you're like, yeah, I can't wait till it happens, but then it happens, and you might think, oh my gosh, because of how it came to pass, it actually turns out to be what you would perceive to be a burden rather than a blessing. But then it ends up being a blessing in the end, or maybe it's just meant to be for these other people. Yeah. So this ego death, like, before, it was like, it was guaranteed. I knew what was going to happen, but that was in my own mind, and I thought, well, if I haven't broken the rules or done anything wrong, just work hard and I'll get there, and it never happened. And then, put years of effort in, and you're like, man, like, I have to put my identity and, because you have your identity in yourself and your self-worth and stuff, but also you have these other things too. But this one was more like a gradual process. Well, actually, no, I didn't believe in politics, because there was a time when I believed in the left wing, then it was the right wing, and they're both messed up, As I grew up, I realised two wings of the same bird. I've had friends and enemies on both sides when it comes to my ethnicity, you know, like, well, even my white ethnicity is, you know, Scottish, Irish, English, Welsh. You gotta pick one. Yeah, okay. Because they hate each other. They've been at war. You know, like, when was the last? Oh, Ireland, Northern Ireland's still fighting, and, you know, they still have the Irish rebels and all that, you know, yeah. And then my Māori side, and I got some Tahitian in there if we go back enough. Well, the thing is I was like hardcore, like, you know, like, give the land back to the Māoris because they own this place. They were here when the white man came and blah, 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 blah. But then my job situation, they're just like, nah, we're not going to hire you all the time. And then it was, yeah, just every, showed interest in, didn't want to show interest in me. And the odd one every here and there would say, you know, because I was white, so okay. Then I was like, into my European history and that. But yeah, whatever. I still end up, well, I did have employment, but it was like minimum pay rate. And, you know, it was minimum pay rate, and like tannery, like sweatshop type tannery type thing, and factory. Well, it wasn't through them, it was just through other people who just so happened to be European. And yeah. So I feel connected by those things, but it's not like this is me. Like I don't have this is me when it comes to any of my ethnicity. I'm connected by blood, but you know, my essence is a lot bigger than that, and it's the whole. I find comfort in Celtic mythology, Norse mythology, Māori mythology, and Christianity and Judaism, because I was brought up with the Bible, and the New Testament is Christianity, and the Old Testament is Judaism, so it's a bit of comfort there for you know. And then my ancestral stuff, you know, being the Celtic and the Norse and the Māori mythologies. I feel a connection to Shiva and Krishna too. But it's not like this is who I am. Like, none of these beliefs are my identity. None of these religious, spiritual things are my identity. I feel connected to them. But my identity is not in them, but I feel connected to them, and I feel comforted by these things because it's the familiar, but it's not who I am. And then there's the political stuff, the left wing and right wing. None of these things are who I am. Autism is a part of me and affects my life, but it's not. Well, it does have a big effect, and you know, it does affect who I am, but also there's all these different personalities within that. Yeah. And the ethnic stuff is not who I am. I'm connected to them for the just relations and where I was raised and that, but it's not who I am. But it's like I know who I am, but how do I put it into words? I'm connected to all of these things, but it's not who I am, but it's a part of who I am, because I'm connected to all of these things, but they in themselves are not a part of, well, they are a part of me because of connection, but you know, that's not who I am. Yeah. Still.